Across the continent of Greater Banya, peoples of all walks of life share a common sense. A sense that something is approaching. What it is remains a secret to most, but they can feel it. Rumors of sickness spread in the south. A mountain flies in the west. An army of living flame marches through the desert sands, leaving a line of glass as their trodden path. Yes, these are the troubles set to welcome a god into this world. Behelit, the lidless eye, god of the searing light. She approaches and will not be deterred. However, a few know of her coming and prepare. A deadly and cunning thief, a champion of the mountain tribes, a cleric of chaos, a brilliant artificer, and a scarred soul whose past is catching up with him. Can these individuals save the rest? Can they kill a god? Can they save their friend? Can they each finally find a home? Let us together read the final chapters of these heroes.
Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons & Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I invite my friends over for a nice, calm dinner. I'm Andrew Gilbert, he, him, but tonight I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and I'm not alone. With me on this Friday the 13th is Galway playing the Tiefling Sorcerer, Charity.
Hey everybody. As I said, I'm Galway, pronouns he, him, his, or increasingly they, them, theirs. And I play the very longly named Caller and Charity of the family, whose pronouns are he, him, his, and is considering all of the downsides of cloning that he'd never thought about before.
And we have Adam playing the Halfling Rogue, Burbage Kemp.
Hello, yes, my name is Adam. My pronouns are they/he. And Burbage Kemp's pronouns are he, him, his.
And we have Lena playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi, my pronouns are she, her, and so are Stormbringers.
And Rachel playing the Gnomish Artificer Clem.
Hi, we're both she, her.
And Darcy playing the Tiefling Cleric Hakari.
Hello. Hakari's pronouns are she, her, and my pronouns are they, them.
Lovely. Well, friends, we're back. It's been a little bit since our last session, but we're in it, and this is going to be a good time. We are playing our long-form campaign, Goats and Dragons, which is 1 to 20th level. We also have a podcast called Helpful Goat Presents, where we play shorter campaigns and one-shots. And currently the interlocking campaigns of the World of Tyr that is GM'd and created entirely by Galway. And we have a Dom and Dragons, which is another podcast, which is a 25-episode campaign where we played with actor Dominic Monaghan from Lord of the Rings and X-Men and Star Wars and all the good nerdy stuff. And we're affiliate on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And anyone who has Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free through Prime Gaming, and it's really easy to get those linked and set up. And it really helps us out, and it's free. Also, if you like us and you want maybe inside jokes or a little bit of art of our campaigns, you can check out our merch page at !merch in the chat. And that'll get you a link to that. If you type !ko-fi, that's our coffee page, and you can buy us a cup of coffee. And if you like us and just kind of want to hang out with us and be a part of the community, you can type !Discord in the chat, and that gets you a link to our Discord. this month we are playing a bunch of spooky Halloween games with our community. And if you kind of want to do stuff like that, or in June we play Pride games with our community. If that sounds fun at all, join the Discord and kind of hang out with us and be a member. And we certainly love to pull from our community for people to play with. And exclamation point donate, I believe, Galway, do you know which it is this month?
Yes, and also because I've changed it back, it is not pointing to the Pokemon one. It is pointing to supporting the Trevor Project, LGBTQ youth in America. And also, I just have to say it was amazing, Andy. And for the podcast, the visual gag of in this overlay, Andy is talking about, and if you like us and you want to join our community, and as you're hitting that note, Adam just stands up and leaves.
Yeah, I
Just like,
saw that too. I was like,
oh,
okay.
Then
Waka waka.
I don't want to join.
I thought about that while I was walking away, and I thought about the messaging, and I decided,
Meh.
I have an announcement.
What's your announcement, Adam?
So it's just kind of a personal thing, but it's relevant. This is the Hobbit-themed There and Back Again journal that I've been using to keep handwritten D&D
Oh my gosh,
notes.
I thought that was a Bible, Adam, and I about flipped out.
I've got an announcement.
I just want to share the
born
good
again.
news.
I was like,
Have you heard about your Lord and Savior? No, this is a little journal with a Hobbit map on the front, and I started taking notes in this exactly 5 years ago tonight.
Wow.
The first session I ever took handwritten notes on in this journal was played October 13th, 2018. We were playing the From the Deep session. I was in Queens, New York City. And now, and I bring this up because, like, I am literally on essentially the last couple of pages of this. So this, 5 years later, October 13th, 2023, I think is going to be the last Fates of Ryn session in this journal.
Wow.
And I thought
That's
I just happened to look at the date from the first, and I was like, oh my god, that's October 13th. It's wild. So, just kind of cool.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing.
We can never end because I hate endings. So we just need to keep taking a really long time planning everything.
This is the game
Forever.
that never ends.
I was just gonna start
Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Nice.
I believe we have a Chelsea poem this evening. Would perhaps someone enjoy reading this?
Would perhaps they?
Would mayhap the reading commence?
Rachel
I don't
will.
have access.
Rachel will, yeah. Rachel will scroll up to it. Do. The power of Hellfire is setting the story ablaze. FHA and the pros/cons of first-time home buying in a shenanigan canon haze. Distrust of the clone and living with this decision. For an acceptance of the dinner invitation, second dessert is a necessary provision. A call for Caloran unsettled in a bouquet of doom lilies releasing ominous plot steam. Much love, FOR crew. You are heard and seen.
Oh,
yay!
Chelsea,
Thanks,
you're
Chelsea.
the greatest. You're so awesome.
Plot
Thank you.
Steam was my nickname in college.
Adam!
Whoa,
Your
stolen.
joke.
Yo, Plot Steam!
Jesus Christ.
Mugen's on the
Sounds
bed
like
with...
you were Jewish. I don't mean that as a bad thing. I know I'm not. I'm not
Rachel's
making a bad-
Jewish.
I was gonna say you're
Yeah,
Jewish,
guys.
Rachel. It's
Stop
okay.
saying these things because
No,
people
but
don't
it's-
know that.
But it's not a mean joke. It just sounds like the last name.
Andy,
Like
please, for the
Feldstein or
love of God,
something.
continue.
I'm wanting to, my friend. I'm really
I'm
wanting
sorry. I wasn't meaning it as a mean joke.
to.
Yeah, Andy, for the love of Yahweh, continue.
So, for the love of Yahweh.
What about Mugen, Darcy?
Sorry, Mugen's laying on the bed next to me, and he woke himself up because he keeps farting.
Oh.
So it's really
Nice.
stinky but funny.
That was
Oh,
my nickname in
Mugen.
college.
Stinky but
but funny?
funny. Yeah. Hey, I went to college with him. I can attest that.
So last time on Goats and Dragons, the Fates of Ryn. Making a hasty exit from Ponwea's manor without searching it thoroughly, the family escaped into the ethereal plane. They reached out to Yizik to see if the truce was still available, and he agreed to extend the ceasefire as long as you all come and share a meal while you discuss the upcoming events. Testing this truce, Charity and Stormbringer eventually, after Stormbringer had slipped back into the material plane, both of them came into the material plane long enough to see a gigantic projection of Yizik towering over the city, claiming that Caloran of the Red family had betrayed his orders and, if seen, should be reported to the Temple of Ryn authorities. And as an image of both Caloran and Charity now looms over the city, Charity and
Sorry,
Stormbringer...
do you mean
Wait.
that? Of Caloran and...
They look the same, so yes. I do mean that.
I thought, but you said it was Yizik, not Caloran, towering over the city.
Yizik then portrayed, this is Caloran, this is what he looks like.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You know, Andy, not all tieflings look the same.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The clones look pretty similar.
I'm taking off my shoes and hoop earrings back here and putting my hair up in a bun.
Weird.
I don't know why I'm wearing shoes in bed, but you know.
Although, to be fair, is it like an accurate depiction of Caloran?
It is.
So
it-
both horns,
Yeah.
not scarred.
Correct. Still one eye missing, though.
It's always the eyes.
It's always the eyes with you guys. Well, friends, seeing that and seeing the small holes in the snow where you noticed doom lilies are growing and heat coming off of them, what would you like to do?
Fuck! Charity! Where the fuck are we gonna sleep?
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I think a fair proportion of our inns have ended up sprouting doom lilies. Or getting us trapped in cognitive loops.
I love that
Yeah, but,
Lena,
like-
Lena right off the bat is just like overcompensating for her behavior last session.
I am very mature, Adam, and I am not
Just-
derailing. I never derail
no,
anything.
No, like now you're like, all right, this is the question we have to answer. Let's do it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Hikari, you're not there.
I'm not there.
Yes, you're
Oh, I'm
if you're
sorry.
saying something, it's in the ethereal
Sorry,
plane.
sorry.
Just reminding you.
I was
Wait,
just
but,
humming
like-
to myself. Sorry.
Indeed.
Like, I mean, yeah, like a fair number of our ends have had things with Doom Lilies, and I don't really understand what the Doom Lilies are so far still, because I just don't really get it. It's like this weird, Burbage keeps trying to explain metaphors, and I think maybe it's a metaphor, but I don't know.
It's also a form of foreshadowing.
What? They don't have that, like, their shadows are pretty small.
I regret this immediately. Go on with what you're saying.
Is Burbage there? Burbage isn't there. Is Burbage there?
The rest of the party's in the ethereal.
So, okay, but whatever they are, it doesn't seem good. So I don't think we should sleep by them. Right? Let's go back and get the rest of the party. And because Lena's gonna be on track this session, and maybe not try to sleep in the inn. We can go sleep in a warehouse.
Oh yeah, in the
It's-
cave that one time had them.
We're not gonna sleep in a cave.
No,
I don't care. Oh, never mind. I'm not there.
sleeping arrangements and doom lilies was what I was remembering there. Anywho,
Wait, where am I? Am I with Hikari or am I with them?
You're the ethereal plane.
It
I
is
wanted to make sure.
it
Sorry,
is
sorry.
just
Andy.
Charity and
It's
Stormbringer.
It's been 2 months since we
Got it.
played.
Yeah, for the
Come on.
podcast, it's been 2 months since we played.
100%.
So we're
So let
just
us
getting
get
back
to be
online.
nice.
To speed. Yeah, let us get back up to
Well,
speed here.
I guess Charity, Stormbringer, and Clue.
Yeah.
Maybe we could go to a different abandoned building that was near Ponwea's house, so that we could kind of watch
Let's not talk about that out loud here.
P-Meister. Right.
Yeah, P. Meister's crib.
Oh God. Anywho, Clue, take us back.
The rush of the ethereal plane wind hits you in the face. You're surrounded by your friends, and now all of you are together.
Oh, hey,
Yay.
Stormbringer, I thought of a joke while you were gone.
Yeah, what did you think of?
What is a metaphor?
What?
It's for grazing on doom lilies.
Apropos of nothing.
Apropos of nothing, because I don't know what you're about to tell me.
Do you want the news related to the sky or the news related to the ground?
Is this a riddle?
I think so. There's doom lilies and a giant caloran in the sky. No, the doom lilies aren't in the sky. But there's hot doom lilies and a giant caloran in the sky.
What makes them so attractive?
They're just like melting the snow.
I fucked a doom lily once.
What?
I fucked a doom lily once.
How'd that go?
When?
With the caravan.
You ate a doom lily?
I ate a doom lily back in Cherstow, which was a halfling town. I remember that. And then later in the caravan, I fucked a doom lily.
I don't
really
think you did that.
I didn't, but I did stuff a doom lily in my pants to hide it.
It's not sex.
Well,
That's the only way I've ever had it.
Being stuffed in someone's pants? I know you're small, but Jesus.
You are little
Christ,
enough.
man. Look, I said I wasn't fucking derailing. We need to go sleep somewhere. We're gonna
Yes.
go sleep in a warehouse.
Because if we don't go sleep, to break the fourth wall, we have empty space. We have, Burbage and I have 2 death saves still, or 1 death save left still.
yes.
So we're pretty bad.
I feel bad. I feel strange ever since that battle with my cosmic arch nemesis in the
Yeah.
ethereal plane. Something different about past strangenesses that I've felt. Does that make sense?
No.
I feel deader than I've ever felt before.
What?
Deader.
But you've been dead before.
Right.
He wasn't
How do you
alive for
feel
that.
Dead.
So he was dead, so he couldn't feel dead, and now he's feeling
But
dead.
now he's alive
Valid.
and can feel dead even though he's alive. I said, okay, no derailing. We're gonna go sleep in the warehouse. There's a caloran in the sky because they wanna put him in jail or something. So that's good.
So all of the context that we skipped from this summary was the inn was surrounded by doom lilies, and in the past they were always cold. Also, Clem, do you have any knowledge of doom lilies?
Do I have any knowledge of doom lilies? A&T?
Siren really was into them.
No more than what has been in the book you've read on Doom Lilies,
Boring.
because that was written by Siren. Yeah.
Well, but when we encountered those in the past, they were typically cold. That was just before Vimeris got turned into a drousicle, so...
Oh, do you think those are related? Like they're hot now because all the ice is on Vimeris?
I look so confused. Yes, Stormringer, yes. That is what we're saying. Now let's go sleep.
Wow.
I would assume that the Doom Lilies are now presaging a different doom that appears to be a fire that won't stop burning. So, you know, little on the
What?
nose. The other thing is that apparently Yizak was as good as his word and tried to rein in Caloran. As might be expected from anyone who's encountered Caloran, doesn't seem like that went great.
I said that part. There's a caloran in the sky and they want to put him in jail.
I said that part.
Sort of.
No news on Night Eater, and
Let's go sleep. Let's go sleep. Let's go sleep.
sure.
Hakari's just marching off into the ethereal
Bye.
plane.
I'm literally like, yeah, like, but it's like I have a baton, but I don't. Like, let's go sleep.
I really just want Hakari to be like, walking like perpendicular to the ground now, just sort of like going up there. It's like, that's not, you're not going to find accommodations up there.
That's great.
Charity was thinking we should go sleep at a warehouse by P. Meister's crib.
Sounds good to me.
I'll
Burbage,
do whatever you guys say.
there's a place called Dazzles that's not too far.
It's a strip club.
Yeah, it sounds like a strip club. Is it like an elf strip club?
It is a gentlewoman's club,
I knew it.
not a
So, yes.
strip club. And Burbage, I'll let you be the judge if you want to tell them about this or how you know of this place.
Gentlewoman's club.
I mean, he goes to strip clubs.
So Andy, make it
Yes.
straight. You've clearly concocted an entire location that you're just telling me about now.
It's written
And
on
that-
the map. It's been there forever. But yes,
But you clearly want us to go there. You have some kind of thing written and planned there, and you're leaving it up to me whether or not I even mention it to the group.
yeah.
God, DMing is so sad. I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Oh, and there are like empty warehouses. It's also not too far from essentially the Sandkeeper's quarters, which you've had success in the past. People helping hide you there as well.
I think we
So-
weren't going to go there because we didn't want to put those people in danger.
Yeah, fair. Just letting you know.
So, yeah, Burge is familiar with Dazzles. But what makes him think that this would be a good place to sleep? Is it because there are, like, quarters there? And, like...
Certainly. And the place is pretty well secure from your memory. No one really gets in or out without like strict invitation.
Would Burbage be invited?
Well, if you're asking me... Andy, the look in his eyes. That's so mischievous. Trying to think of the places I know in Federo. Where did I spend my time? I spent some time in Verdant's Oddities. Got kicked out of there. They've got a poster with my face on it. They called me incorrigible. Said I wasn't allowed back because I'm incorrigible. Can you believe it? It's in Maple Keep Goodies a lot. Got kicked out of there. They've got my picture there. They called me intractable. Can you believe it? Intractable.
Does that mean you like don't have any tracts?
I don't even know. I asked them, but they just kept on shouting at me to leave. Dazzles. Oh, Dazzles. I spent some time in Dazzles. I had a friend who was the bouncer at Dazzles, and I often would hang out with her at Dazzles. That place was always like really cool, secure, chill place. And
Yeah, this is really
It's-
convincing.
the operations of Dazzles, it's a gentlewoman's club, probably have not changed in the slightest during the current fascist regime. Let's check it out. What do you guys think?
Can we sleep there?
You keep emphasizing words strangely, and it makes me uncomfortable.
It's been 2 months. In my
Since
brain.
what?
It's hard to say. Something about that shower gif. The man in the shower, guys. I don't
What?
understand it. Look, this is the last piece of my character arc, other than my father, is contending with this guy.
So
This
this is your
gif.
penultimate character arc.
No, I think the father's got to be. I mean, the father's got to be penultimate.
I assumed your dad was dead.
What's
Burbage.
ultimate then?
The ultimate one is the gif, the shower gif.
Oh.
Look. Was there a question?
I thought your
what
dad was dead.
dazzles? Are we going to sleep at this gentleman?
Oh, yeah,
That's right. Also that.
Please,
Not
place
about your
to
dad.
sleep. Where to sleep?
No.
Well, generally, where people take their clothes off for money is not a place that also has rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, but here's the thing. The special thing about Dazzles it's a gentlewoman's club because it was not a place for mere stripping of clothes. There were quarters with beds in them, and I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking.
I think the stream blinked. Or is
Oh no!
off.
No.
Oh yeah, wait.
Wait,
What's going on?
No, it's
I
still
saw
working for
stream.
me.
but yeah, same. But other people say it's not.
Who are those other
Sam and the Miss Lounge and Chelsea?
Oh,
people? All
yeah.
say it's not working.
But yeah, I mean, it looks like it's working for me.
Oh,
It's
Chelsea said it's
Friday
going
the
again.
13th. Everything's going to go wrong.
Spooky.
Stream died back when Galway screamed. Since what? It's been.
Oh no!
It's been almost 2 months since then.
But I don't think
Okay.
it actually
Sounds good.
did, and we
No,
have
it's-
I think-
Alistair anyway.
They refreshed. It's
Thank
back. Guys, there were beds for sort of like they were like the gentle exchanges of intimacy at this club. It was all very
So
chill.
we're gonna sleep in beds where people heavy pet each other.
I
It
mean,
wasn't
Clem,
even-
I'm sorry, but people have sex in most beds.
Just
Like,
gonna
most
say, I'm
beds
sure
are
every
like
bed we've
ones.
slept in has been.
I guess it just
has sex in
feels
it.
different to like. I've slept in a lot of beds that I'm sure people have fucked in.
Yeah.
But like
Honestly,
when it's a bed specifically for fucking in, then I think about it more. You know,
my friend,
like I need to have a blacklight spell or something.
my
No,
friend,
you do not.
the bouncer, whose name was Anna Purley. She told me that there isn't even any, usually, almost never any heavy petting in these beds. It was always just soft petting.
What does that mean?
I know, I never asked her. I was never all that interested.
Maybe it means there's no juices exchanged.
The
So,
stream
like,
needs
nobody's
me to-
actually having a good time?
Okay, the stream might not have heard. So it's Chelsea. It's been. I don't think Burbage had a good answer for the. What has it been 2 months since?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It was. Yeah, don't worry about
There was a shrieked question and then a lot of free associating.
it. That's Burbage.
All right, so nothing that has been said so far convinces me that Burbage's odd emphases in the previous sentences are for a good reason.
Don't worry about the emphases.
Emphasis.
The fact is, Dazzles is a very secure place. It had to be, and there are specific aspects of its nature that make it a safe place for us to go.
Even with the shutdown of the city and fascism and all the rest.
And
I
hot
want to go to
doodles.
Dazzles. I want to see this place.
You know what? It's fine. Let's just go.
Yeah, no, especially with the fascist regime. Dazzles was always also a locus for like revolutionaries in the city.
You took that in an entirely different direction than where I thought you were going.
Oh, where did you think I was going? Because I could go there. I'm making this all up as I go.
Well, it's just when you're commenting on something being like a hotbed of revolt under a fascist regime, I assume that becomes more dangerous as opposed to like if they're sponsored by the regime, they're all good. So you know what? Let's just go to the strip club.
Let's just go.
But there's such good revolutionaries that the fascists don't even know about them.
I really don't care.
All right, are we going to Dazzlers?
Yes.
I think it's called Dazzles.
Dazzlers.
I like Dazzlers.
I think it's Dazzles.
Andy, is everything that Burbage said about Dazzles canon?
Yep, and the thing I messaged you.
Why didn't you?
All of
Jesus
that
Christ.
and that thing.
You didn't whisper to me in roll 20.
I didn't. No, sorry.
At 9. Okay, so a minute ago you messaged me. All right. Also, for a brief stint, I worked at Dazzles when I was having some. I was having some trouble getting thieving, burgling gigs, and so I had to resort to, legitimate labor.
Wait, does Gentlewoman's
Legit
Club
labor.
mean that the strippers are mask or the strippers are femme?
They'll do anything you want, Stormbringer.
That felt very Austin Powers to me.
Do the strippers have breasts?
Some of them.
All kinds of body types, they tend to cater toward people who identify as female.
Wait, the strippers tend to be people who identify as
No.
female?
No, they cater the
Patron.
clientele. It's for
It is a
tends to be
gentlewoman's club.
for.
I think
Women?
Lena just wants to know if there are mask and femme strippers, or if it's
Yes.
more just mask strippers.
I was going to say,
sounds
because
like there's
who
both.
they
Yeah.
cater
Who
to
the cater to doesn't matter.
doesn't matter, that
If-
unless
if
you're
it's
also
females
implying an
can, like,
orientation.
If it's just mask strippers, then I don't want to go. I want to go sleep in a warehouse.
No, I think
It's
it's
all types, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool. This sounds like a good way to get our rest.
But Burbage, does that mean that there are people
Yeah.
there who used to be your coworkers that we can ask for embarrassing stories?
I can't. Can I just say, I can't imagine that anybody I know who would have embarrassing stories about me could possibly still be working at Dazzles.
Yeah, let's go
Cut
to
to!
Dazzlers and
Cut
find
to!
out.
I just
Cut to! We're at Dazzles.
as we're walking up to Dazzles, you're going to see Charity. By the way, Burbage, you mentioned that you worked here. You do, as someone who formerly was the second in command of a large criminal organization, one of the beauties of burglary is you don't have to wait for a contract. You can just break into a place.
No one told me that at the time.
Jesus Christ, the stories were real.
You walk up to Dazzles, and you hear this as you get to the front door, which is ornate, beautiful door lit by two pink lanterns on either side that are actually giving off quite a decent amount of heat. And you hear a voice, Burbage fucking Camp.
Oh no.
And then materializing out of thin air from what you assume is an invisibility spell. This very tall woman with a large brimmed hat. Most of her leather armor is a very tight black fitting leather. And she strides up to you.
Anna!
Burbage fucking Kemp.
Anna fucking Pearly, it's so good to see you. Don't tell them any of the embarrassing stories you know about me. Please. Please. Hello!
Charity's pulling a ration out of his pack.
Popcorn ration.
What could we do for you this evening? Here to work a bit? You and your friend, and she looks over at Charity, could probably make some coin tonight.
No, so we're not here to work. We are looking for a safe place to just sort of rest for a bit.
Do you have the coin, at least?
The coin. What
15
coin?
gold, a room.
Oh, I was
was
thinking
like-
like stranger's coin.
Yeah, I was like, is this a specific coin or an amount of coin?
Amount.
Oh, yeah, no, we're good for the money. Like, take all of it. I don't even care anymore. I mean, not all of it.
How much do you give her?
We have a lot of money. Do not give them all of our money.
I'm not gonna tell them. I'm not gonna tell her how much we have, okay? But I'll give you 75 gold for all of us, and also for the best beds that had the softest petting, and the most secure quarters, and
Wait, did the bed
also.
pet you?
We do have a few mimics who are trained to pet you to sleep while you sleep on them.
Wait, but mimics don't have hands. They kind of just have big mouths.
They can
tongues.
have hands.
They can mimic hands, right?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I thought they mimicked inanimate
Would you like to try it out?
objects.
It's a lovely room.
No, we're just gonna take the non-mimic rooms.
Okay.
And also, like, yeah, well, do we want secrecy, guys? I think we're fine, right?
Yes,
Generally,
no,
it's
we
probably
want
better.
secrecy. We want
Yeah.
secrecy for whatever.
Yeah, no, we
reason.
brought our own petter with Burbage, so we're good on that. He's
Honestly, we
our petter
haven't-
privately that travels with us.
You say Burbage is the petter?
Yeah.
Oh.
He
Um,
was one of our best, I'll admit.
Okay, look,
Thank you.
it's 75 for the rooms. Here's another 25 for security and privacy, and here's another 15. Entertain Clem with the embarrassing stories that you can think of.
Oh, you dear. You dear. Come on in. We have drinks. Honestly, we don't have as many patrons as we usually do. Some
Because of
our
the fascism?
rooms- well, yes. The cold makes it so that people are a little less horny than usual. But all of you may come right in. We have several rooms. We have the Bovalia suite. We have the Goholnia suite.
No, fuck that
And we
place.
also have the Senshore suite.
You haven't renamed the Gahonia suite.
No. Why would we rename the Goholnia suite? It's a beautiful vista of the southern seas of Goholnia.
Because of like the war.
The war is far away. We care little
It's
for that.
not that big a continent.
All right, you're contradicting what I said about this place, Anna. Where'd all the cool revolutionary, gentlewomen, and they're not the gentlewomen, they were the clientele, but all the cool revolutionary like staff, the administrative assistants of this place were always like super, like leftist, anti.
We could 100% be having this conversation inside.
Oh yeah, let's go inside. It's so
Please,
cold out
inside,
here.
inside. And as sort of Clem and Hakari especially pass her by, she gives you both just a bit of a wink, and then just kind of lightly touches Stormbringer's arm as she goes by. Yes, all of you are welcome.
Hey, thanks. Don't touch me without asking.
Fair enough. She shuts the door behind all of you, and she stays outside still. You now are confronted with a very large room filled with tables and chairs. Two spiraling staircases curve up and around to a balcony up above. It's quite a grand place, a stage then on the opposite side of you. There are two performers on stage dancing at the moment, and probably about 5 patrons in what is seating for about 100. You see a couple wait staff in a bar off to your right in the corner. A dragonborn woman and a halfling woman are running that, it seems. And very quickly, a young, beautiful elven woman rushes up. So sorry. What could I interest all of you in tonight? Are the men here to work a bit? We are having a hard time finding patrons for the stage. No?
No, we're not here to work. We've got an arrangement with Anna.
Andy really wants us to strip.
Oh. Well, an arrangement with Anna is, of course, fine. If she let you in, then this is okay. What can we do to help?
Pillows. You got pillows? Pillows are probably in the rooms. What else, guys?
Pillows are in the rooms. Yes.
We requested rooms so that we could sleep for the night, and just generally people here to keep a weather eye out for the security. And if there's anyone here besides Anna, who is obviously working outside with embarrassing stories about Burbage and his time here, that one, pointing over at Clem, would like to know.
Like I said, besides
There's 15 gold in it for them, so.
besides Anna, I cannot possibly imagine that anyone I knew who would have embarrassing stories about me could possibly still be working here at Dazzles.
Katerin, is this the Burbage you mentioned?
Oh, no.
And the Dragonborn woman looks over. Yep.
Oh, hey, Catherine. How's it going?
Damn it, I was going to offer him a bet on that.
Hello, Burbage, the Nightfire.
I think that Burbage and Clem can stay here. Could you show me to our rooms? I don't remember if the young
Yes.
elven woman had introduced herself.
Of course. Which room was it? We have several suites available. We have the Goholnia suite, we have the Bovalia suite, and we have the Senshore suite tonight. All magnificent rooms.
Let's go with Bavalia. They haven't tried to kill us recently.
We haven't even used this room in a while, but it should be excellent. You see, the magic of the room is looking out the windows. You are actually looking out at a live vision of Bovalia itself, the city. It's gorgeous,
it's
and
live.
it makes you feel like you are right there. We'll take you there.
Is
And
the
she starts to-
Gaholnia one similar?
Yes, looking out over the ocean on the
Oh,
southern
no.
part of
Never mind.
the shores of Valgelter.
No. We'll go with Bavalia.
Excellent. Right this way, and she'll take up whoever's going up, and whoever's sticking around to talk. Feel free. Yeah, just let me know what you're doing.
As-
Ari, you would love Catherine, by the way.
As we're going by, Charity will toss a small coin purse with 15 gold to Catherine. It's a whole thing. Just share the stories about him with that one.
I'll go
Okay.
with Charity if there's no hot women.
I mean, most of the women working here are indeed hot women. And they immediately are paying all of you very close attention.
You're welcome to stay out here if you want, Stormbringer. I'm just going to go consider my life.
Hakari, there's also the two dancers up on the stage up front are two very buff halflings who are in the process of removing their clothes.
I get on stage with them and start dancing.
You immediately rush up there and on stage.
In the
you-
middle,
trying to
like
be
in
quiet
between the
and
two.
not
I'm
noticed?
just dancing.
Yes.
I'm not taking off clothes or anything.
But competing with them for tips.
Yes. I just
Great.
do it. I do it for
Just
a little
what they
bit,
need.
and then I'm just up there for a few minutes, and then once they're naked, I jump off and take a bow, and then go to whatever room we're going to.
Okay, there's a few women in the audience who give you a round of applause as you jump up and jump down as well. And then their attention is immediately on the halfling dongs that are now waving freely
Around
in the breeze.
helicopters.
You
Who
know,
doesn't
Is
love
this
a helicopter
sexy?
dick?
You don't like dongs waved like helicopter propellers?
I'm
my
scandalized.
I have had
I'm
that done to me before, and it was very.
Oh my
weird.
god!
Like,
I'm
you know,
just
I
joking.
never. I
That's-
lost
Oh,
you.
no.
We're not on stream.
I had a person do that at a party. Anyway,
Not like in
Wow.
a sexual context. They weren't trying to be sexy.
no, they were trying to show me their dick, but
And you consented
and that's the
to
best
that?
way to
And that's the
present.
best way to show it off.
no, of course I
Oh.
didn't.
No,
This was the
nasty
early
then.
2000s in college.
Consent didn't exist. No, consent definitely existed, but Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The elven woman is leading. Who's going upstairs then? Is
Me.
it just Charity?
I'll
then, or-
probably go upstairs with
I'm going
Charity and
upstairs.
Hikari. I'm wistfully looking around the strip club, but
Okay. So Stormbringer and Charity are moving up the stairs toward the Bavalia room. Hakari is dancing on stage at the moment. Clem Burbage?
Oh, I'm definitely with Catherine, saying, "Okay, give me
But
your
as-
worst.
But,
Give me
but
your
as we're
worst verbiage."
as we're walking over, Burbage says to Clem, "Please do not tell Catherine any embarrassing stories about me."
As you walk up,
to
Clem, Katerin is pouring 2 shots of whiskey, pushing it straight over to you as you hop up on the bar stool that is raised higher for shorter individuals. And as you lean against the bar, she says, "One time, after Burbage had entertained an individual within the room, we had to clean up feathers for about 2 weeks before the room was available again.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. All right, not my fault. Nobody warned me about the feathers. All right.
They were a wild magic barbarian, and just stuff went wrong, it seems.
Stuffing went wrong.
Well, that's what you said. Yes.
All right.
And she begins to tell you just a couple more how he was called Nightfire as his stage name for just a little bit.
Was it because he made people feel like they had fire when they peed after being with him?
She looks at you, Burbage. Is that why?
No comment.
It was because his signature move was lighting a bit of his tassels on fire and then spinning.
I don't have any feeling in my nipples anymore.
Helicopter dick and tassels.
I used to
He
really
was a
love
full
nipple
attack
play.
helicopter. He
Nipple
just
play
had
used to
a
really
bunch of-
do it for me, and now it doesn't do anything for me.
That's really sad.
And then she puts the bottle of whiskey on the counter and says, "And dear, if you've been traveling with him, I would love to hear some stories as well." And her deep blue scales in her face the shade almost seems to get a little bluer as she looks into your eyes.
All right, well, I'm going to go explore, all right? I'm going to go check out my old stomping ground here, Dazzles, which I've been thinking about my entire time in Federo and did not just suddenly remember tonight. And he storms off.
And Clem is going to lean in to Catherine and tell her all of the times that she has seen Burbage be brave and save people and do heroic things in the time since they've been together.
After Burbage leaves, that's
Aww.
excellent.
And then once she's done, I like whisper to the lady, and he once fucked a doom lily.
And now
you're not
going
there.
to the...
You're dancing up on stage.
Oh, I am.
Just to be
I thought,
in that moment.
I thought I
This-
got down and was with everyone. Sorry.
Time passes normally, so no, not yet.
Sorry.
But
we
eventually,
split the party.
Yeah, eventually that happened.
I do
Yeah,
whisper
this
that.
is
into
a
her
secret
ear
that I tell this to
Yeah,
Catherine, and
yeah.
nobody's around to hear me being nice about Burbage.
Indeed. Stormbringer and Charity. The elven woman fumbles with the keys just a little bit as she's unlocking the door, and then that was the wrong key, and she gets the other one out. And
Insight check. Does that seem suspicious?
yeah, give me an insight check.
The thing I hate the most about Baldur's Gate is that I cannot just, well, no, there's lots of things I hate about the UI.
You can't just insight check
Wait.
anybody.
I can't just insight check whenever I want to.
Yeah.
This is bullshit video game.
Yeah.
17.
With the 17, the way she's doing this doesn't seem weird or furtive at all. It really just seems like she probably hasn't used this room in a while and just couldn't quite remember exactly which key.
Okay.
But then she opens the door and immediately waves the two of you in. And she's explaining a bit of the amenities. There should be pillows, of course, and more pillows in the wardrobe. There's 3 beds in here, all sort of facing the center, and then the back wall is a beautiful vista. And as she's saying this, you turn the corner, and out of the windows of this vista, you see a smoking rubble of what used to be the main citadel of Bovalia. You
What a
see
nice place
people
to hang out.
in the streets wailing and crying, and a few individuals trying to calm down the crowds. It is at this point just before sunrise in Bovalia, and this is not quite the sight you were expecting at all.
Yeah, that's a
Hey,
pretty
this-
crappy view.
This isn't really very soothing. Do you have real Bovalia, maybe? I don't know who asked for the wreckage Bovalia, but I don't like alternate dark future Bovalia. Maybe we could have nice Bovalia, the real one.
I'm not sure it's alternate dark future.
Yeah.
She steps into the room, looks out the windows, and her hand to her face. My God, what has happened? She's just staring at them. And then you see her immediately rush to the leftmost window and is trying to peer out as best she can. She gets really close up to the glass of this magic window, as if she's looking for something deeper within the city.
Wait, this is current? This is real? Not alternate dark future?
This is right now. Yes, this is what it looks like.
Shit, hamster lad.
The whole citadel is gone.
Did we
The king.
did one of us or some of us have some kind of interaction with Hamster Lad that
Yeah,
we might have known about
recently-ish.
this?
Yeah,
Or
didn't I
something,
send a
right?
message or something?
Not-
recently?
Not very
Not
recently.
recently enough to have known about this. He
Okay.
said, fuck, where was it? What's his real name? I probably wrote him down as his real name in here.
Absalom Frey.
Absalom.
Okay, so you drunk dialed. It was a while ago. You drunk dialed Hamster Lad. He was in a gigantic forest riding with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
That's all I wrote down. So he was like with armed people, but
Well, and I thought that was when we had.
oh no, and that was okay. Wait, then after that, you got in touch with him again. He was gonna come to help us.
Yeah.
He was fighting fire people, but only 3. Although Aideen said there was, well, I don't know. That's not a helpful parentheses thing. I have no idea what that's about.
Aideen was saying if there are some, that's a scouting party. There will be more. Like you can't just imagine.
And
there's
also
only
that they
3.
always ran an
Okay.
ambush, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
So
And so you told him that information, but last time you talked to him, he was about to go into like a fight, probably.
yeah, so they were under attack by their own fire
Hmm.
people, but it wasn't on this scale. And we thought, as far as we knew, that they were going to be rallying the Bovalian forces to come help us.
Okay, so this is definitely news for us. This
Yes.
it's the Bavalian Palace, the Citadel is gone, right? Yeah.
Entirely gone.
Am I there yet?
And eventually, Hakari, yeah, you'll come.
Because when I see that, I'd like to send a message to Hamster Lad to see if I can reach him.
Yeah. Right. So you come in then at this point after you're trying to get the elven woman settled a bit, who seems to be really having a hard time kind of accepting what she's seen.
Like, as soon as I come in the room and see what's happening, like, you've never seen Hikari do this, but I literally drop to my knees and, like, you see, like, a tear start. You've never seen Hikari, like, cry, but you see, like, a tear starting to go down my cheek, and then I'm immediately going to do a sending spell.
All right. You get the materials ready. Immediately your hair starts to kind of float just a little bit, and the golden sort of strands of your hair, now that your god is beginning to sort of turn up into a bun, your eyes go entirely black, and as you cast the sending spell, you're reaching out to Hamster Lad. Fuck, I did it.
Yes, Hamster Lad.
Yeah, Absalom.
That's what I call him, Hamster Lad. Yes, Absalom.
What are you saying in this sending spell?
How many words do I have?
25, I believe.
I actually call him Absalom in this. Absalom. Where are you? Are you okay? What happened in your, what happened in the city? Like, what's going on? Love, Hikari.
And it takes just a moment. And then you hear the voice of Absalom Frey. The whole thing is gone. It just gone. I got saved, but the whole thing is gone. Know what I mean, Shari?
Okay, so he's alive, which is what I was worried about. So.
He seems to even have been saved.
Yeah.
sort of by someone.
Okay.
But his voice is shaking. He's incredibly upset.
Okay. And I'm out of sending spells, so I can't send anything back. But I just wanted to know that I would have said that too, like, let me know you're okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Akari, are you okay?
I stand up really quickly and like wipe my face, acting just kind of like I'm wiping my whole face. Like you guys couldn't see the tear, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. He's Absalon. I messaged him, and the city's gone, but he's still alive. He got rescued somehow, but I like immediately like downplay it and act like I'm obviously like shaken up, but I'm trying to act like, oh, it's, I'm more worried about like the fire army than I am Absalon. But you guys can tell.
It's okay. It's okay to not be okay. Also, sometimes, we're fighting a big war and there's going to be casualties, but that doesn't mean that the casualties aren't really upsetting when the casualties happen.
I go over and I get the bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, and it's okay to self-medicate, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's not a great idea. But, okay. We don't have to talk about how you're feeling. I'm glad Hamster Lad's okay. Is this we were kind of counting on allies from Bavaria.
Yeah, I was just worried about, allies, like, obviously I don't want a town to burn down, but I'm just worried about allies. That's it.
Right, definitely. I cry about allies a lot on my knees. It happens. But it's okay to cry about allies. Also, that's okay. It's okay to cry.
No one's
sometimes.
crying.
Right. Right.
What are you talking about?
No one's crying, but if somebody was crying, that would be okay. And it would be okay if somebody was feeling upset and scared to feel those things. Just like as like a hypothetical.
Yeah. Hypothetically, yeah, totally. I get you.
And it would be okay to talk to a trusted friend like Burbage or Stormbringer or Clem or Charity if somebody was feeling negative emotions about the whole situation we're in, hypothetically, instead of drinking whiskey until they were comatose, hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically, that's good. And then I start drinking.
None of you know what the word hypothetically means.
Charity, also, as you're looking out over this, probably the most disturbing thing is there is not rubble in the place of the citadel. There is a hole in the ground in place of the citadel.
So I was going to say, the thing that I'm probably most looking for is, does this look to me like the fire army has come through the city of Bavaria, or this looks like something entirely different?
This looks like something different. There's a couple buildings probably a little bit on fire in the distance. With some
but those
smoke.
Are incidental fires, not the town has been razed.
Exactly. This seems to be not an attack from like the walls of this city. It is entirely the citadel, probably the royal court, the king, his advisors. You don't exactly know how many of the rulers of the city are gone, but at least the citadel itself is gone. Disappeared, gone.
Huh.
I know our forces are pretty concentrated. I gotta stop fucking playing with this puzzle when I'm talking. I know our forces are pretty concentrated, and the place where we're sending everybody, the safe place. Is there anybody we can get a hold of to help with this and divert from that effort that isn't necessary to protect the safe place.
I can't imagine the Goholnian resistance will be any more interested in going to Bavalia than they were going to Cliffmill.
Maybe when we free Roburn, we could send Roburn? But only if it's safe. Does it seem safe there?
I mean, looking out the window, you see people incredibly scared and upset, but it doesn't seem like there's an immediate danger, I guess.
If it's safe there, I don't think Roburn is going to be able to do a lot to help.
Oh, she's very helpful. She's nice and she's very smart.
Isn't Roburn currently being held captive?
Yeah, I said when we free her, also you're not
God,
here,
okay.
bitch.
I know. I'm asking as the man in the shower.
There was the group of people that she was with. Someone was talking into my head that wasn't Roburn. We could maybe send them there? Although, look, that's bad, but that city wasn't attacked. The building is just gone.
Yeah, what's up with that?
No idea. Powerful magic, but that's not the Fire Army. That's not blowing anything up. It's just gone. So we might be able to assume that that's a little bit of a one-off.
Asterisk for anyone who's listening to this on podcast or watching on stream and is confused. Go check out our one-shot Forever Blue Endless Gold for context.
Which is becoming a 3-shot.
It is becoming a
Ooh.
3-shot, yeah.
Okay, so I guess it's fine then. I guess, like, not fine, but it's probably okay for us to condense our forces in the good place that we're keeping safe. But, Hikari, not to say something kind of tactless here, but do you know if Hamsterlad's still coming with people to help?
Did he say that to me?
He didn't say that, no.
Yeah, I don't know. He just said that he was rescued. But I don't know.
Okay, well that's okay, and I'm really glad he's okay. And if somebody was hypothetically upset because they were worried that he wouldn't have been okay, it would be okay to feel that way.
Yeah, I know you all are worried about him, so it's okay.
Yeah, I really like him a lot. I definitely remember anything about him. But good, I'm glad we're all okay, and we've all agreed we don't need to drink until we're comatose. Because we're all okay.
I do put the whiskey down.
I'd say this is about the time that Clem walks into the room.
Sure.
It's just like, what the hell happened here? Or there?
Apparently this is not dark future Balvalia, this is current future Balvalia, and it's, the Citadel is gone, but it's okay because we're all okay.
Are they all okay?
Oh, I don't.
Charity's gonna sort of move over to the side. So right now, we're engaging in what I refer to as a Stormbringer hypothetical, in which she attempts to get people to take care of themselves by using the word hypothetically again and again very incorrectly. However, Hikari seems a little bit shaken up because I don't think you ever met Hamsterlad, Absalom Frey?
No.
She has someone that she has a past. I'm really not sure because all of Hikari's reincarnation stuff makes stuff weird. There's someone that she was close to who was there. He's apparently still alive. He's also the one who was bringing military forces for us from Bavalia. And that
seems bad.
Yeah, that seems not great. Also, you'll notice everything isn't on fire, so this wasn't the firearm. In fact, nothing is damaged except for some incidental rubble falling. It seems like it's just the Citadel. is gone. So I
What
don't know what's up with that.
happened? Yeah. That's some fucky magic for sure.
Yeah.
Does it look familiar to me at all as somebody that did all the other shit, like with the mountain and other things? Does it look like something that, like, oh, I could know how this was done, or am I just stumped?
That's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. Andy's trying to remember if like actually other people knew that element of your life. But anyway, this is not something that seems to have raised up out of the
It's vague
ground
enough.
and floated away.
Okay.
The way that it's seemingly like cut almost is very smooth and sort of a circle, like a inverted dome almost into the ground. This feels like something that got like blinked away
Okay.
somehow.
Maybe
Like it still exists somewhere else?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Like it could have just been like part of it was just taken and moved because there's
Yeah.
no. Okay.
Hikari just goes over to one of the beds and like completely rolls up into the blanket like a burrito and like facing the wall and just says, "I'm going to sleep." And then you can hear little tiny sniffles, but nothing like wailing or anything. Little tiny sniffles. But you can tell that she wants to be left alone.
Charity's going to leave a couple of the extra pillows by the foot of the bed and find some tissues and just leave them there.
Hikari, if you hypothetically didn't want to be left alone right now because it hypothetically you felt bad and weren't just going to sleep, just know that hypothetically, I would be here to give you a hug or pat you on the back or go get some hot stripper for you to have sex with or whatever you need right now, hypothetically speaking. Good night.
Thanks, Stormbringer, but I think I'm just gonna go to sleep.
You see what I mean about the hypothetical?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where's Burbage?
Speaking of, Burbage, where did you sort of go off to?
Burbage would have just kind of re-explored kind of the venue a bit. See if there have been any like changes. See if there's anybody else around who he knows. Just in a casual way. He's not really
Most
investigating.
Most of the staff is different. As you pass the door of the office of the person who owns this place, you very briefly see like a figure next to candlelights, seemingly working on something. They have their back to you. However, as you pass by the door, you hear "Camp."
This is in the office of the owner.
Yep. And you recognize it as the voice of Madame Lowry, the owner of this place.
What was Burbage's relationship with Madame Lowry?
Like honestly, like as much fun as we're having, this was a very small part of your life.
Right, exactly.
You've only been here like maybe 3 times to work, but you decently left an impression because Burbage always does.
Yeah.
I mean the relationship was fine. She paid you on time. Like you had a little fun while you were here, made a little coin, but yeah.
Hey, Madame Lowry, you remember me without even seeing me. How do you know?
Of course, come in.
How's it going with the whole church of who's the god?
The name of this entire
Ryn?
campaign, yeah.
With the whole Ryn takeover.
It's
kind of rough out there.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like Ryn would be doing something like this. This is all something much more terrible.
Well, yeah.
I blame those fucking wizards. That's what I blame.
It's probably smart.
Anyway, what are you doing here?
Just got some rooms. We're gonna rest. Seems like you got the space. We
Sure.
put up some pretty good coin with Anna. And yeah, I left for a while. Left for Darrow, did some things, met some people, had some life-changing experiences. Not the same person. I mean, it's fundamentally the same, but also fundamentally very different. But we only met like 3 times anyway, so I don't know I'm talking to you about all this. But yeah, how have you been?
I've been fine. Business was okay up until recently. The whole place shut down. And the cold came. The people began to freeze in the streets. That's rough.
Yeah. Do you know about the Fire Army?
There's fires to the north. I don't know about an army. Do you have anything to do with that giant man in the sky this evening?
Oh. Well, yeah, in a way, kind of.
In a way.
Yeah, he's sort of a clone of my brother.
Huh.
Not like,
Interesting.
yeah. Yeah, that's kind of why we're back. We're dealing with some shit. Have you seen that person in the sky?
We're not
I
being very
tried to-
good about being secret. Sorry.
Try to stay out of the politics as much as I can. And that actually rings a little bit weird for you because this was
Yeah.
like the revolutionary like individuals who would come in here and commiserate their plight and against the growing fascism of this place. She was leading it. She was at the front. It seems like she's just
Andy,
giving up.
okay, so it's just like a resignation thing? It's not like
Kinda
a...
feels like that, yeah.
Okay, good. Alright. I'm like, don't give me a reason to be suspicious of this place. The person running it. We just need to sleep.
No, honest, yeah,
We
it just seems
need
like
to
she's
sleep.
sort of sad.
Oh, sure.
And tired.
Yeah, leftist exhaustion and despair. I can relate to that. I get it.
Can't we all?
Well, I get that, Madam Lowry. And also, as somebody who, has been traveling quite a bit and does sort of know about the man in the sky and does know sort of about the fires to the north, which is kind of a fire army. It's coming here, and that's why the city was frozen. And anyway, so yeah, just don't tell anybody, or maybe tell everybody. I don't really know anymore. But just want to say, don't give up hope. A lot of us, well, a few of us, are still out there fighting the good fight, and all is not lost. I will say. I still have hope, which, frankly, is stunning to me. So, maybe you can too.
Burbage, give me a persuasion roll.
Roll a persuasion roll. I don't have proficiency in persuasion, Andy.
Okay.
Can I have proficiency?
Make your character different. I don't know.
Make my character different.
Wow.
Well, I rolled an 18.
18's good. You see her nod, looking down at the ground just a little bit, and her eyes kind of reach yours. There's a hint of a smile on her face, on her very old, wrinkly face now. And she just kind of nods and says, well, good night, our last hope. And turns back to her writings on the desk.
Yeah, that was my other nickname here. Our last hope. All right, Burbage will go join the others.
The elven woman has left the room then at this point, and it's just then, as Burbage gets there, the 5 of you, Corey, seemingly trying to sleep at the moment.
All right,
What are the rest of
okay.
you doing?
I just want to say, I think we should get some of our money. We should get a discount, right? We should demand some of our money back. This
Why?
view is this view is horrific.
Yeah, I thought it was dark future, alternate dark future Bovalia, but in fact this is current present future Bovalia, and they're having a crisis, so it's not a very tasteful thing to call it a horrific view.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
you know.
Hikari is okay. Message cantrip Burbage. I don't think she's okay. She didn't drink herself to sleep at least, but she was pretty upset when she thought Hamster Lad was hurt. And I don't know, you're closest to her. Maybe you can talk to her tomorrow. She's upset, but you know how she feels about emotionality in message.
Oh, did she get through to him?
Message cantrip Burbage.
Okay.
Yes, she got through to him and he's alive and I think okay-ish. She didn't have enough spells to really have a conversation, but he's okay, physically at least, in the message.
That's good. All right, thanks for letting me know. And for the record, you know, for what it's worth, probably, right, the disappearance of the Citadel could actually be helpful for us, right? Like, maybe it would actually result in more Bavarian forces being sent to Cliffmill, right?
No, because they're going to be focusing their forces on rebuilding and dealing with their crisis. Why would
Well,
they be like,
no, right?
"Oh,
Because
Citadel
no,
lost, we'll just
listen.
send them to Cliffmill."
Looking at it doesn't look like there was a lot of damage done. Probably whoever did this, it was a very calculated move. I'm just guessing that they probably spared the city a lot of damage by removing the Citadel.
Right.
So the forces of Bavaria actually survived, and now there are forces to actually, you know, participate in the coming war.
Okay,
That's just
yeah,
off the top
but-
of my head.
but
Just off the top of
Burbage,
my head.
I just wanted to point out that
Yeah,
probably the
uh-huh.
whole leadership of Bavalia was living in the Citadel when
Yeah.
this happened. So wherever the Citadel is, they're probably dealing with a huge, gap in power and trying to deal
Sure.
with the chaos that results from that. They don't
Yeah.
really have leadership right now to send forces to Cliff Mill. They're probably going to be trying to, get that filled and get things organized and pretty focused inwards on themselves would be my guess. But what do I know about running a country? I'm just the head of one of the largest Goliath tribes in the world.
Yeah, and what would I know about somebody in Bavaria making a decision to make a Citadel disappear? I'm just a halfling over here in wherever the fuck we are, Federa.
Yeah.
One
Are
of
you
those
still
was a
there?
non sequitur. The other one actually followed.
But
Which is
I
weird.
mean, yes, the point that the forces are alive and not currently, as far as we can tell from this view, engaged in a battle is a good sign. I don't think this is good for us. Maybe it's better than some other things that could happen.
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Could be. I don't know. I hope so. I hope.
To be very clear, this is Stormbringer, not Lena. I don't
I
think
know.
y'all fucked anything up.
I know. It's fine.
For more
Also-
context on this strange conversation, see Forever Blue Endless Gold,
Let's go.
the 3-part one-shot.
As wild of a theory as Burbage has, all of you take it just as a theory. There's no reason to imagine that Burbage's theory is actually true. None of you have any of that information. But the place seems safe. You especially Charity, walking through the doors, you can feel that there's even a magical protection on this place. It's heavily enchanted. There did seem to be a very deadly bodyguard at the front of this door. You actually feel somewhat safe in here if you wanted to get a good night's sleep.
How this room is very large, right?
Correct. Yeah, circular sort of room. Yeah.
Okay, but there's I'm just picturing there's also lots of open space.
Yes.
Clue?
Yeah. Clue flits into existence.
Could you while we sleep a bit and obviously get the sleep you need as well, but could you just sort of subtly try to keep an eye on the manor that we were just in, seeing are there people coming and going? Are they looking through stuff?
Sure.
Is my clone cackling in the sky? You know, stuff.
It nods and sort of rubs its head against you,
Thanks, buddy.
and then it drifts out of existence as it seems to be passing through the wall on the far end.
So, do we sleep now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna stay up but I'll sleep enough to get asleep, but just watch, just in case.
You take first watch, I'll take the next watch.
Okay.
Hakari, are you able to fall asleep?
I'm already asleep.
Already asleep?
Andy,
Yes.
what kind of time do I have to put towards reading the wisdom book?
I mean, if you start your long rest now, it would be done about 10 a.m. ish tomorrow, because it's still real late in the evening. If you want to stay up later, then you're like delaying the next day a little bit. But
Well, I mean, while everybody was talking and stuff, I wasn't really participating. Could I have done it?
sure, it's been about half an hour since you got into this place.
So I'll just stay up an extra half hour then.
Okay.
Can I just have an hour in it? Or...
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, also, would you be able, like, if you took, regardless of if you took a watch, you have to long rest for 8 hours, but sleep for
Sleep for
6. So,
Yeah, so can I just get like 2 extra
2.
hours from that too?
If you finish a long rest, that would be another 2 hours. Yes.
Okay, so I will wait until after we finish the long rest to add those in.
Cool.
I get what you're saying.
Cool.
I just want to make sure that that interpretation of time even worked.
Gotcha.
100%. Yep. You set a brief watch, and the rest of you fall asleep. Charity, you're on first watch.
Stormbringer.
Stormbringer is. Stormbringer, your eyes are just kind of drawn to the city of Bovalia as you're watching the people eventually start to settle down. Figures that are very small in the distance, but certainly figures that do seem to be taking charge of the people and calming them down and speaking to them. It's difficult to tell, but you feel like one of them has a large black tail and a wide black face that you believe might be Absalom. Dawn rises there, and you even pull some of the curtains so that it's fairly dark in the room still, because dawn has not yet occurred here. And the watch passes silently. All the dancing, any ruckus that normally this place would be sort of bouncing at this point, it's a very quiet place at this point. And your watch passes. In fact, all of your watches pass, and the night turns into day. You are slowly waking up. You all got at least 6 hours of sleep. It's around 10 in the morning, and you have now completed a long rest. Finally,
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Literally every other part of my internet has crashed. So I was really
Weird.
confused as to why I could still hear Andy. Like, I can't even send messages in Discord or open up anything. My phone has no Wi-Fi, yet this video call is working.
It's managed to buffer
weird.
like 15 minutes out in advance.
Right? So I was just like, well, I'm hearing Andy still, so something's right. But no, I can't send messages. I can't Google anything.
Weird. And you just froze, so...
I think Kurt's actually gone now.
This is a great point. Let's take a 10-minute break.
Also, depending on if our internet comes back, we may wrap up here, but we'll stick our heads back
we'll
in
figure
to
it
let
out.
you know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Let's take a little break for now and see what's going on, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
The time
See you later, friends.
was perfect. See y'all.
BRB.
Hello, darlings. How are you? Welcome back to Goats and Dragons, Fates of Ryn. The group has just gotten a long rest in a somewhat sad room. But friends, the day is yours. As you wake up around 10, 11, what would you like to do?
I immediately go over to Stormbringer and just say, thanks. And I give you a side hug.
I'll give Hikari a side hug back, or like a really tight side hug.
Yeah, it's all good. And if you hypothetically need anything, I'm hypothetically here.
I will hypothetically ask if I do. Thank you, hypothetical Stormbringer.
Okay, good. So we're gonna go to Pon P Meister's house?
Yeah, so what's the plan for today prior to dinner?
We're gonna go to P Meister's crib and try to find the
Is that safe?
dick purse. Well, yeah, because we chased the bad people away, right?
I honestly
For
forget.
how long?
I honestly forget how I felt about this last time, but
Think positive.
also, like, though, why? I feel like probably Night Eater,
Mm-hmm.
so his name has the
Stick
the thing.
purse.
Yeah, right. Because it was not in the drawer where I could tell that it had been, and we did not find it on the remains of the wild druid. So I don't know. I mean, we could go back and look,
Well,
but
like, there's
I
lots of places in a house besides a drawer and a dead body.
right. But again, like I crit hit my perception check on that drawer, and I
Right.
know that it was locked and that the pipe was in it.
Okay, but like, there's places and houses besides drawers, Rich.
It
Right,
is
so what's-
possible that they could have removed it from there, but not kept it on their person.
And just moved it somewhere else arbitrarily. Sure, let's go back and look.
Or like they were just fucking with it and then left it like somewhere and
Yeah, we can
trying
do
to
that.
figure out how to get sticks out of it.
Doesn't Charity have that thing that can direct him towards things? I'm really good with words right now.
Yeah, Charity.
Do
Say stick purse.
Say the actual word.
Or whisper it.
how do I think this might work?
So if you can like imagine the actual object, that helps. If you say an object, it'll kind of point you toward the nearest one.
We'll be really specific about what this one is, but whisper it really quietly.
Yeah, it's It if you put enough adjectives, it may not be doubling up with another very similar object.
Do I feel like there is any way that I could be overheard in this room?
Unless it's like magically, no. Yeah, you can't see how anyone could be eavesdropping.
And magically, could I?
Give me an Arcana. Yeah.
I'm giving myself guidance. Reminder, guidance is a useful cantrip that makes you or your friends better at things. Nope, looking for Arcana. There we go. Oh god, the new overlay. There. 25.
With the 25, you feel very confident. You don't like you just sort of take a moment and get in tune with like the magics around you, and you feel the sort of enchantment of the windows. You feel the slight protection in the walls. You don't get the sense that anything is scrying. You don't feel any real divination magic here, nor do you see sort of any of the small telltale signs. It is, you feel pretty safe.
So, Charity will draw the dagger and sort of think. What was the name of the actor?
Stag socks.
It was like the one who you're shaking down in order to get to. The cigar box of Ponweas that Stag Socks told us to look for.
In your hand, the dagger begins to spin clockwise and then stop and then counterclockwise. It seems to be having a hard time pinpointing exactly what's going on here. And then it sort of kind of stays to the southeast of where you are. I'm sorry, southwest of where you are. And then kind of begins to spin around in a circle again. And then kind of head back to that southeast pointing.
Southeast or southwest?
Sorry, southwest. Yes. Southwest.
So we only fly southwest.
Indeed. So it seems to be having a hard time locking onto it. But the direction you get most is like southwest.
Which is almost the opposite direction of Ponway's Manor.
Correct.
Crap baskets.
What does that mean? Does it mean it's not on this plane? Does it mean it's underground? Does it mean it's directly below us but slightly to the southwest? Or directly above us but slightly to the southwest?
And Andy, what would I think based on like the tests that I've run with this before, where I'm sort of like have tried to examine how it works, etc.?
It might be that there is some protection magic on it that is supposed to prevent things like this. However, maybe this is a powerful enough object that it is piercing through that a little bit. But almost like a radio signal, like you're kind of, going between hills. Like you're getting like moments in which that signal is much clearer, and then moments in which everything seems fuzzy.
And I feel like that might be a little bit consistent because I feel like it had a hard time pointing to me when I had the circlet of non-detection on. So it's like, okay, it's probably that the stick purse is probably protected from scrying magics. That may well be a thing that P. Meister did to it. But if it's showing up anywhere, it's to the southwest, so no, not in the smoking rubble that occupied yesterday.
So we're gonna go for a nice walk in the city today towards the southwest and see what we can find.
Hooray! Fascism road trip.
What is southwest of here, notably? Market District?
The Market District, so could they have pawned it off?
Maybe they were hard up for cash.
As you say that, you do recall when you first got into town, there was that fence there, who was describing briefly that some items from Ponway's estate had like passed by him.
Are you serious? That happened?
That did happen, yeah.
Leah, search your notes.
I remember the fence. I don't know. I'll check.
I don't have a search feature on my there and back again journal, unfortunately.
Yeah, fuck. No, I wrote it down. After Ponway died, the fence here got a bunch of stuff from his place.
That was that before or after? But it was before we met Stag Socks, right?
Yes, it was before we met Stag Socks, and we probably just fucking forgot.
That's amazing. That's awesome. I love it.
So, impromptu shopping episode. We can go shop for the cigar box and also shop for outfits for dinner tonight.
Let's do
All
it.
right. Yeah. What do you want to do? Let me know.
We're going to the market district.
And
All right.
and it was like not the fence specifically said that like he had gotten things.
He had a few things pass by him specifically, and he had like heard about a couple things. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that before we leave? I'm curious. Is that elven woman who works there? Is she like at all still trying to like get into the room and look at that at Bavalia?
Yeah. This morning you don't see her at all.
Okay. All right.
There is a small breakfast for you downstairs. A quick sort of a
Continental.
specialty of breakfast burritos. If you
Are there
if you wanna
any dancers?
no dancers this morning. No. Strip club breakfast burritos, though, definitely.
Yum.
You're free.
We could do a lot worse in terms of burritos and Federo. I'll say that. Ow! He chomps a lot.
Okay, it's pretty good actually. Yeah. And you make your way out of Dazzles, tipping your hat kind of to the corner where you believe an invisible bouncer still remains. And you make your way out into the city. It's incredibly cold. And in fact, to your left, as you get out into the wind and the snow, you see a mound in the middle of the street that does appear to be a person that has been frozen in a very particular pose, sort of huddled over. If you look just a little bit more, there's a large, thick layer of ice then covering them entirely.
Do we recognize this person?
Yeah, do you go up and kind of investigate a little?
Yeah.
Give me an investigation or a perception check.
I'll give you guidance if I see you walking over. Also,
Sure.
Charity and Hikari, 60 points of aid.
Ooh.
17. No aid for me.
No, because I had very few spell slots and I wanted to prioritize the people who had death saves and me, because I have so
No, that's
few
totally
HP.
fine.
So few.
Did you say Burbage? Does Burbage have any?
Yeah.
Or
60.
60.
oh, okay.
You and Hikari both have 60. I also have 60. And because I figured Clem actually has a shit ton of HP, and for a caster, and Stormbringer.
Indeed.
I got 17.
Stormbringer with the 17. It's really difficult to tell through the ice. You don't think you know this person. They are wearing fairly common clothes. There's a dagger strapped to their side, you see, and somewhat fancy boots, and that's all you can really tell. It seems to be
I
a
want to
male
loot
figure.
their bodies so badly because I've been playing so much Baldur's Gate, Andy. You have no idea.
Sure, yeah. You click on it, and oof, nothing happens.
Click open.
Yeah, it doesn't even highlight for you.
Wow, what the fuck?
Unlucky.
Are the boots frozen?
Indeed, yeah, everything is.
So I can't take the boots off. It'd probably like break off feet. If I tried to like take the boots off. Okay.
Jesus!
Right, yeah.
Well, they
you
said
can't-
some pretty cool boots, so I was wondering,
Yeah.
But I don't really want a frozen dead foot in them, so.
Fine.
Sorry, before we left, I was doing aid calculations, so I wanted to but like before we left the room, I would want to try with the dagger. The object I asked about before this. And see if it does the same thing.
It seems to do the exact same thing, sort of counterclockwise, clockwise, spinning a bit, and then sort of southwest. And
But I
then
think
sort
that
of continuing to
query works for it.
spin. You think so? Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just because that query had a whole bunch of shit I didn't want to say out on the street.
Indeed.
So yeah, I'll be going along with them, grumbling at the cold very much.
Okay.
I'm basically wearing all of my clothes.
Yeah, it's just getting worse. It's especially for the tieflings. This is just super uncomfortable. To the point where you think like if you slept inside but didn't have like an ample amount of heat, you wouldn't be able to get long rests anymore. It is that miserable. Very few people are on the streets. You see a couple wyverns in the sky, who are the city guard, but mostly it's just you. And you're making your way through the snow, down the streets toward the market district, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So where are you headed?
The market district.
You're there. You've reached your destination.
Yeah,
Yes.
not shop.
I'm sorry, Knott's shop?
Yeah, that's what his name was. I wrote it down.
Okay.
Sorry, that was needlessly snarky.
Yeah, Knott's is over in the Jade district, specifically.
Oh, so he's all the way over on the
I'm
other
sorry,
side of the.
Opal district. He's like way up here.
Okay, so it shouldn't be with him.
You're pretty sure
'Cause that would
he
be
was
like-
not pointing that way.
That would
Okay.
be due west, not southwest.
Yeah.
Well, should we be asking him? Should we go up there first to ask him where he would have? Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's not the one who fenced all of it.
Yeah, I was
Or
gonna say
maybe
he
he-
just said he saw some items. I think that if there are very few people around, but kind of using his many layers of clothing somewhat as a shield, sort of off to the side, Charity will repeat the last item I asked about. Oh god, it's so cool.
And where are you now? You're kind of over in this part of the market district. The market district is like, it's about an hour to walk all the way around the market district.
Yeah, I think I would probably be doing this when we're
A
at
couple
like
times.
well, no, I was even thinking like about where it is now, where it's like we're in the market
Yeah.
district proper, but we're kind of at the first point of it where you would get some differentiation. Because
Yeah.
like if we did it if it is in the market district and we did it like as soon as we were at the edge of it, it's just gonna point southwest.
Yeah. So yeah, you sort of do this a little bit. You notice that as it's sort of pointing southwest, the angle downward is becoming more prominent now.
God fucking damn it. It's always the basements.
And then it kind of as you get probably closer-ish to it, it's more spinning wildly at this point. It feels almost like it's harder to get a lock on it when you're kind of moving in this direction.
But that itself has a point at which it's started.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, as you kind of get around this area, it now is kind of spinning in all directions, mostly sort of pointing downward. But
Do we see any shops that would make sense to have purchased that in our knowledge would make
Yeah.
sense to purchase something like a cigar box, like something from Ponwea's or from the Red family, just because they could have bought it for a few different reasons.
sure.
Would Maple Keep Goodies be a place like that?
Maybe they specialize in sort of sundry items,
Oh,
and
okay.
venturing gear.
And beverage isn't
Verdant's
allowed back in there
oddity-
anyway.
Yeah, Verdant's oddities might be another one.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Or there's the By the Way, which is a pun. Andy, you did a pun. Do you see it?
Do you
Uh,
see it?
Do I see it? Yeah, this is a traveling gear.
Okay.
Sort of store.
So maybe Verdon's Oddities?
Yeah, it could be in Verdon's Oddities, but they don't want to say me over there. They're the ones who called me incorrigible.
Oh no, not encourageable.
Not incorrigible, incorrigible.
Incorrigible, yes. That was Rachel. Be nice to me.
I guess we can start
Do
there.
we know so there's like an extensive network of basements in Federo. Do we know?
You've been to several of them, yeah.
Yeah. Do any of these have more basementy basements than others?
So you're not far from Geldath's shipping, which did have seemingly an entrance into the lower levels. This is where you chased some bugs, some very large bugs, for what's his name? The guy that took the owlbears.
I don't remember his name.
But
I have
yes.
it written down.
We remember him.
Yes, him. You found some very large bugs kind of for him. Look down there a bit, and that did seem to kind of open up into a little bit of a labyrinth that you didn't explore at the time.
Does that seem kind of like the direction that we were heading, or that we should be heading?
I mean, right now it's kind of hard to tell, and even if the dagger is pointing to the box, that doesn't mean the entrance necessarily to where the dagger is.
Right, that's fair. Ask the thing for the entrance to where the dagger is.
Where the cigar box is.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, that's a good idea. Charity,
you should ask it where the entrance to where. Does that work? Does tell it to point in the entrance of where it is, or does it have to be something that you can describe more accurately?
I don't know. It seems to be fine with me sticking adjectives onto things. The entrance to the location storing the last item that I asked about.
Immediately, it shoots west, and then northwest, and then north, and then northeast, and then east, and then east. Mostly east, a little bit to the south, and then southeast, south, and then
So
it repeats those again.
Does this mean there's lots of entrances?
It seems like it's pointing out multiple things. Yeah.
Yep.
So that place where we've had the bug time had lots of entrances, right?
Yeah, that would make sense, and also it suggests that maybe it's not being kept in a room, per se? Because I specifically asked for the entrance to the room where it's being kept, which should have narrowed it down if it was in, one particular basement. So, I mean, sure, fuck it. Nothing bad ever happens in the basements of Federo.
Yeah, but we're strong now.
By the way, Clem, that is an enormous, enormous lie. Horrible things happen in the basements of Federo. Constantly.
Oh, that's good to know.
But we're strong now.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also the
The
basements.
bugs can't have also leveled up.
Oh, if there's bugs, I'm down to go.
Okay, good. That's great. I'm glad you're into bugs. I didn't know that about you, Clem.
You did it?
But where's the nearest entrance to this place that we know of?
I thought you were just into Eker and stuff.
Sounds like Geldath's is
At least the nearest one you know about. Yeah.
All right,
You go, Death! Shopping episode!
Well, we're going. I'm going to keep an eye out for anything that looks like it would be appropriate to wear to dinner tonight.
Yeah, you pass by a couple clothing places that are really nice. There is a lovely arcana robe essentially in one of the windows that looks just beautiful. It has this gold kind of trim weaving through the fabric of a dark green and sort of a dark blue design.
Yeah, but is it clothing? Is it only a 10 AC?
Yeah, it's clothing basically. Yeah.
Oh, but I guess I'm not doing the armored barbarian run in this, like I am with Karlak. Okay.
Indeed.
Lena.
Um,
Is it possible while people look for shopping and things that I could be reading, or am I trying to shoehorn it in too much? Because Clem doesn't give
If
a
you
fuck about shopping right now.
right, if you like stay somewhere, or if you like go get a cup of coffee somewhere, and like
Well, is there
don't
like a
actually
central
follow
area
everyone.
where I could like?
There's
Because I
there's
want to be along
usually
for looking for the
Can we
cigar box.
Can we just like putter in Stormbringer's
you
backpack?
can read while you're walking. I read while walking to school every day in middle
That's true.
school.
I actually did read while walking
home.
all the time when I was younger, and I
I've done
only
that
walked
too.
into a couple cars.
But
Jeez.
I walked
Ken-
into a pole once, but never any
Same.
cars.
It was crotch height too, so it was just
Oh
right
shit! Mine
there.
wasn't.
Yeah, I was in high school with that one. At school, not embarrassing at all.
Can we just pop her in Stormbringer's backpack?
Well, she
yeah,
goes to try
you
on
can-
dresses.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
you're like, listen, I'm really tired. I just want to read this book. I'll wear this. I look great for dinner. I know.
Yeah.
Nomi Bjorn.
You can get in about 3 hours while everyone's trying to
Damn.
figure out things and walking around. If you're just in the backpack reading, yeah,
Yeah, you get a vibe that Clem is very checked out.
indeed.
What is this? Some kind of book bag gambit? Don't shake your head, Lena.
Ah,
So you make your way over to Geldeth's.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
not going to make us all play through it, but also I bought some things to wear to the party tonight.
Okay, fair. Yeah. You did a little shopping. If anyone wants, they can pick up some clothing that's fairly nice. I mean, your clothing now is ragged, sweat stained, covered in blood, and ripped mostly. You've
Yeah.
all been through your current clothing
Yeah,
in lots of fights.
I guess Burbage would have found an outfit or something.
Yeah, Hikari too.
How
I
much?
can always wear my armor over it.
10 gold pieces for something kind of nice. And if you want something much nicer, it'd be more.
I'm going to say I spend 25 to get a combination of a fairly nice outfit, but also just sort of replacing general travel wear and
Yeah.
getting it in like as warm as possible while not necessarily being hideously bulky, so
Indeed.
that I don't look like the little brother from Christmas Story.
Burbage is being nice, but not too nice because he doesn't think he deserves that.
Fair.
Jeez.
Yeah, mine's just I probably spent like 15 gold, but also I like the idea of replacing some of my travel clothes, so I'll spend about 25 gold too.
Great. Yeah.
I want to look hot and terrifying for rescuing Robin tonight. How much does an outfit that looks hot and terrifying cost?
So you asked Anna before you left Dazzle's where she got some of her clothing, and she told you, yeah, there's this really like cool place, the No Name Boutique, that doesn't have a sign out front. That's how like sort of exclusive it is. You
Wow.
only know about it basically if someone tells you about it.
I've been to a
Um,
restaurant like that before. It was very difficult to find.
Indeed, yeah. And yeah, it's you can get something really, really cool for like 40 gold.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, and I'll let you kind of figure out what it looks like and describe it.
I'm just
when
going to be
we wear
put
it.
down on the floor and keep
Yeah, I'll
reading
describe it when
while-
we go to the party because I haven't thought about it.
Fair. All right. The rest of you head over to Geldath's. There is so essentially outside of this large warehouse that receives a lot of the goods. This place is though shut down. Like again, Federo used to be this major trade hub. The trade has stopped coming in and out of Federo. There is no one here. However, outside this warehouse is it's sort of in the alley behind it is where you found the entrance before. Seagay Whistler, that's the person that asked you to go down. And you find that the hole is still there. It was covered up by a few pallets, wooden pallets, but you're able to move those aside and slip down into this area if you'd like.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You're pretty sure no one's been down here since last time you were here. There is still the carcass of a very large centipede, sort of thing down here. This, which has been sort of rotted in the last 6.5 months.
Clem, tell me more.
Yeah. It does have its pincers still.
Can I keep it?
It's way too large to put in a bag. It's bigger than like Stormbringer.
Oh. Okay. Yep.
You can probably get the pincers though.
Yeah.
Could I get some? So how would I put that in my inventory, Andy?
Giant centipede pincers.
Thank you.
GCP.
I hope you know that Randolph 3.0 is definitely having those.
Oh no. Oh god.
Don't touch me.
I'm picturing those little praying mantis arms, actually.
Right.
And you come across a giant spider who has been defanged already.
That's
By
not
us,
humane.
right? By Vimeris?
Vimeris and Burbage, yeah. Burbage tried to sell.
It's dead, Clem.
Yeah.
I remember that. I did. Yeah, I ended up selling a big giant spider fang, right? Somebody?
Yeah, but it's also the reason you're not allowed back in a couple places, because you were very adamant and met with some of the more shady people.
We
to
did
try to
that
do
like when we were in Federo. Like I behaved in a way that got me. Okay, great.
But you kind of progress a little bit further than you had last time. The walls are dusty at this point. Still freezing, but actually it's a little warmer down here than it is up above. And you come to a large staircase going down. Proceed, I assume? Or
Check with the dagger.
Yeah, I will.
yeah, dagger kind of still spins around. Again, maybe more west at this point. A little bit, and then spins around a little bit more. Feels like you're kind of going in the right direction.
Okay, but I'm like, so this staircase isn't to the east or anything.
Correct. It's really like south, but you see it sort of curve a little bit to the west.
Yeah, I didn't think like, oh, this is exactly it, but at least this is not drastically the wrong direction.
Correct. Yeah.
Sure.
And this is further than you've been at this point. Is there a marching order? Who's like leading and stuff?
Probably
Who's-
close to the front at least, so that I can be keeping people safe.
Okay.
Burbage will look for traps and shit.
Give me an investigation check.
Although, I mean, my investigation is not. Who has better investigation than me? Clem?
Yeah, I have pretty good investigation.
My perception is really good, but
I can investigate.
Sure.
I have plus 11.
yeah, that's
I rolled a nat 1,
okay. Well,
All right.
so you're welcome.
I mean,
Yeah, and Clem is like, yeah, I'll look. And then goes back to reading stuff. And just every once in a while, sort of like looking around for traps.
I mean, Burbage is also invested.
Fair. All right, what do you got? What did you get, Burbage?
I rolled a 5.
5. Cool. All right.
My nat 1 was better than your.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's fine. I can take it if I get blown up by traps.
Yeah. And then who's in the back?
Probably Hikari, because her
Yeah.
AC is higher than mine.
Yeah.
And I'll sort of be in the middle so that I could. Essentially, I'm also thinking so that I can respond equally well to either direction.
Mhm.
Clue is probably more to the back.
Clue's not been able to fit down here yet, even in the ethereal plane, because it's sort of this kind of hole in the ground that you had to sneak into. He could probably still look around for an entrance down here from the ethereal plane.
Sure, have him do that then.
Yeah.
Andy, could
but at the
could
moment, he's
Burbage
not.
could Burbage be also trying to be kind of tune into the kind of the sounds and the feel of the air down here to kind of see where
Sure.
tunnels lead
Yeah.
and which tunnels might be the more promising ones.
Yeah, give me a
That kind of thing.
perception check.
Sorry, I'm gonna do expert perception. Does it matter?
May.
Yeah.
It was this. It was
Same.
like the same roll. Just
That's funny. Your what is your perception score there? What'd you roll?
23.
For the 23, you feel like you hear noises very, very faint and echoing through the stonework down here. Almost as if you're not familiar with dwarven construction very well, but almost as if it's built a little bit to carry sound long distances. Probably this is a defensive mechanism, you would imagine, from somewhere lower, so that while you're on the stairs, people can hear you coming. But you can also hear a bit of something coming from much, much lower. Just a movement, a bang every once in a while. No one like clomping up the steps in armor or anything like that.
Okay. Does this feel like a thieves guild thing to Burbage?
No, this feels like the construction of the tunnels that led you into Federo in the first place. So you're feeling like you're getting into the dwarven city built underneath Federo, or built
Okay.
first and then Federo on top.
Burbage
You
would
tell us that, Burbage.
yeah. Message cantrip everybody and say, message cantrip. We're definitely getting back to the dwarven levels of the ancient city, and there's like something about the construction of these tunnels that's going to carry the sound of us very easily. So maybe we try to be stealthy.
I'm now like on high alert watching Clem, and I'm real close to Clem, ready to grab her while we are also sneaking.
All right, Clem is in your backpack, I think, still. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, you're very
And
close
if
to
you
Clem.
try to get out, I'm gonna lock you in there.
Honestly, Clem, everything's been silent in your head.
Yeah, feeling good, feeling strong. I can beat this guy.
Nice. Good. Very
Not at
good.
all
That's
disquieting.
exactly what I want you to think.
But yeah, we can try to be sneaky. You're good at that, right?
Could all of you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
What?
Jesus Christ.
Not a
Dex-
not a stealth
dex-
roll.
Dexterity saving throw. As you imagine yourself trying to be sneaky,
Is this an effect I can see?
not see coming. No.
Okay.
Bet you can see it leaving though.
I rolled an 8.
All right.
I got a 14.
Before you tell me what that does, or like before you
Sure.
launch into that description, let me know if that succeeds or fails.
Fails.
Code of evasion. I succeed.
Okay.
Did I roll a nat 20 then?
You
Sure
did.
did.
You
Yeah.
did, Akari.
We
That
all
was
did
a
roll-
19 for Clem, a 16 for Burbage, a 14 for Stormbringer, an 8 for me, but Code of Evasion, and a nat 20 for Hikari.
Wow, I'm actually dexterous for once.
Yeah. So Burbage, kind of explaining this to everyone. Burbage, you just feel something sort of like you feel your body just sort of sink like a couple inches, like doot. And then
You're
you hear
in
like
the sunken place.
you just hear a click in the step that you're standing on. You just hear a click. And before you can even like look down, the entirety of the stairs flip at an angle, so you are now all on a slide.
Yeah.
You're trying your best. Hakari, if you want, you're able to sort of pin yourself against the wall and hold yourself up here.
Yes.
But all 4 of them are sliding
Oh, they're
down.
sliding? Then I'm gonna let go and slide too.
But I succeeded.
Really?
You did succeed, which will come up in a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So wait, everyone is sliding? Even like
Yes.
Clem and
Even
Burbage?
the 19 failed?
So yeah, there's something else still that really that was for. But since Hakari rolled a 20, a nat 20, I was giving this.
Okay, then I'll hold myself
Mhm.
up to kind of see what's going on. I can always let go and slide. So
Yes,
Okay.
nice. I love it.
All right, so Hakari,
I'm sorry.
that's good. Okay. So Hakari, you pin yourself up against the wall. Everyone else starts like and sliding down. You're starting to slide faster and faster, and then you see in the darkness up ahead. Those that can see now in the dark, the stairs entirely give out up ahead of you. It is now a pit. Charity, you shoot off the edge. You barely are able, almost magically, with your coat sort of like giving you a little bit of a lift. You grab onto the edge of the very other side. Clem, as you're falling, you grab onto the bottom of Charity. But Stormbringer and Burbage, you begin to fall into darkness.
As a
Yes,
one, I have wings, so
you do.
I can fly. So I'm assuming I'm sort of holding myself up partially with that. As I'm watching them fall,
Yeah.
are they close to each other?
Within 10 feet.
How close are they to me?
With your success, by the time you can react, only about 15 feet maybe from you at this point. Like Burbage is the closest, and he's about 15 feet from you.
Sorry, I'm like, "Meow."
I always forget to roll my restorative reagents.
Yeah,
that I
yeah, yeah.
make, and so I want to make sure if I have any that would be useful at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast telekinesis, and use it essentially to try to grab Stormbringer and like move her to scoop Burbage up, or at least give them the chance to sort of grab onto each other.
Burbage, give me another dexterity saving throw, as you now see sort of Stormbringer magically drifting toward you, being surrounded in a very pale kind of white silvery light.
So 14.
Do you have inspiration?
Stormbringer, if you want to reach out, give me another dex saving throw. Maybe the
Yeah.
2 of you can link up here.
I have inspiration if someone needs it.
I think, yeah, you're a little further back.
11.
11.
Flash of genius.
Okay. Turning that into a 15?
16.
A
Why don't
16?
you use it on Burbage's?
Oh, I don't care. I'll use it on any of them. But before I had a chance to say anything,
Sure.
he told
Yeah, yeah.
Stormbringer to do a thing, so I'm
Yeah,
just
totally.
using it.
Yeah, either way, you make it so that Stormbringer's reaching down,
Okay, good.
and Burbage takes a couple swings at it, but Charity, you're able to hover just as Burbage is falling. You're able to hover Stormbringer right above him. The 2 of you clasp arms, and you are caught suspended in this telekinesis of Charities.
Such a cantrip. So glad I had my pants on, or else you would have seen a halfling helicopter. Whew.
Boy.
Why would you not have your
That's so a
pants
thing
on?
now.
Jesus Christ.
I can still drop you at any time. So looking around me,
So we just like floating in air?
Right. In darkness, you can tell that there are walls around you. And Stormbringer, since you have dark vision, you can see them gently. Burbage, this is entirely black for you.
I mean, technically speaking, you're floating, Stormbringer, and
Right.
Burbage is holding on to you.
Clinging onto you.
Okay.
So
Cool.
where I am, do I see like a landing spot for all of us, or does this seem like I just need to fly back up the tunnel that we slid down?
So the slide dropped into a hole, but on the other side of the hole, that which you've grabbed onto looks now to be stairs that continue down again. So just like a section of the stairs.
Okay, and just to be sorry,
away,
because
yeah.
for a second I was confused because I thought we'd reverse direction. So like as we're going down the stairs this way,
Yeah.
they all snapped down. We slid that way,
Yes,
sort of the way we'd been moving, and then there was a gap,
correct.
and we're on the other side. Okay, so I'm just gonna like pull them up, put them on, let Clem clamber up me, assuming
Yeah,
wants to.
a 10 athletics, Clem, if you.
You mean to roll athletics?
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
So good at it.
You have guidance because you're literally. Oh wait, no, you don't. TK is concentration, and so is guidance.
Okay.
I rolled a 7. I guess I could spend another flash of genius, but then that'd just be 2 out of my 5 at the beginning of the day.
You don't think you would slip, but it's hard to clamber up at the
Okay.
moment. So honestly, you're just like, this is freaking you out. You're holding on to Charity, not looking down. Like you had a close call here, essentially.
So once I've deposited Burbage and Stormbringer on the ledge, and it hasn't, reclapsed or anything, I'm going to essentially help Clem by flying up some.
Okay.
So that she's not so much clambering up as it is hopping
Yeah.
off.
And you can sort of land then
Yeah.
Clem onto that and perch. Hakari, further up the stairs from where you've come, you now see an orange light getting
Uh-oh.
more and more bright behind you.
I message cantrip everyone this.
They're just in range probably at this point. So yeah, a couple of you, hear that.
We found a ledge down here. Probably move this way.
Okay, so if I move that way, I just have to let go.
Yeah,
And
and you'll
slide?
slide down.
Okay.
All right. So you begin to slide. You kind of look back up behind you. You now see flames, like oddly, like held together in a ball, just rolling down the stairs toward you. You're sliding now, so you're keeping ahead of it. And you now see your friends over a gap ahead of you, standing on stairs on the other end. How do you want to try to get to them? Because there is about a 15-foot gap here.
Would I need like athletics or acrobatics or something?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, let me see what I'm better at.
Yeah, either one of those.
And I kind of go fireball. As I'm sorry, my page takes forever to load.
Yeah, you're good. The rest of you also now see the light glowing behind Hakari as she's slipping down.
I just realized that shouting fireball is a warning. At first I heard it as like cannonball, like
Yeah.
jumping into a pool.
Like fireball.
What'd you roll?
26.
26. Yeah, you get to the edge of that. You plant your feet firmly into the stone and you leap as far as you can across, and the momentum takes you into the arms of Stormbringer and Charity, who are trying to catch you. All of you are now safe on the other end. However, the ball of fire that all of you now see, encompassing the entirety of this space, is now rolling down toward you.
Does it seem like it is a physical entity, or is it a ball on fire or a ball of fire?
Both Charity and Clem recognize this as the spell Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
Which usually has like somebody controlling it.
Usually.
Who doesn't have fire resistance here?
Why would we have fire resistance?
I think a lot of us do, is why I'm asking.
Oh,
I
I
don't.
don't believe I do.
I was gonna say, I don't
Charity.
think Clem and Cherry or Burbage have it.
Yeah, I think the rest of you have it, but not.
Okay.
Oh, I think I finally finished my level up now that we've rested, so I can actually add in.
Oh,
shit.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, hold up. Let me look up some stuff. Anyway, I don't think I have fire. I think it's like
I'm
poison.
gonna rage.
Okay.
If the fire's getting close and everybody within 10 feet of me has fire resistance.
Oh,
Should be
sweet.
everybody.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm thinking is, does this look like it's... So, it looks like the spell, Flaming Sphere. Does it look like it's moving deliberately at all? Or if it's just like, woo!
It honestly, to you, feels like this is part of the trap. That if anyone survived the fall, this was an extra measure, and it's just disinfecting this hallway then as it's moving down.
Are there any large pieces of rubble around?
You look around real quick. You see a couple pieces that are fairly loose in the wall that you could pull out, maybe if you were strong enough, but nothing loose necessarily.
Cool. I'm 1,000 pounds strong. Because TK lasts for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to like set up something to try to deflect the sphere down.
I could create water. Would that do anything? Like,
You have
can
that prepared?
like when I create it though. Yeah, it's on here prepared.
Nice.
If I create it though, can I like direct it?
A little bit, yeah.
Like, can I direct it up towards the fireball?
Kind of.
Or you
Yeah,
could create it like in the air above the gap as it was crossing the gap to rain down.
That's what I
on
was
it.
thinking.
Yeah, cast the spell. Give me an Arcana check. Charity, you're pulling out this rubble, and it kind of enacting with Hikari, because at this moment you fought so many battles. The two of you feel so in sync.
I'm gonna cast it at level 2. Just,
Okay.
I mean, will that make it stronger?
We'll say yes.
Okay.
The rebel gets passed over the pit. The water you see begin to form, almost as if it's seeping out of the ground on the top of the stairway, and then just kind of pooling on the very top, waiting for Hikari's signal. What was your Arcana, Hikari?
Oops, I forgot to do it. Hold
Or
on.
religion, either one, I guess. I'm sorry.
1 second.
Yeah, you're good.
Well, I'm 0 at both of those. Let's go for Arcana.
Let's do it.
Arcana.
5. The timing is just a little off.
Can I use inspiration to reroll?
Yes.
Okay. Is it worse?
I don't think so.
No, 19.
19.
All right. With that, the flaming sphere that is moving down, slower than if this was a boulder toppling down the stairs, but still deliberately coming at you. By the time it gets over the pit, you have left your water there. You release it, and the sizzling crackles and spits all over it. The fire dims incredibly. This now looks like a large ball of embers, and as it slams into the rubble, Cherry, are pushing against it really hard. It feels like it's trying to still come in this direction, but as the flames die on it from the water, it slips down, and you hear it sizzling, falling into the abyss. And it takes a moment.
Yay!
And then you hear a crack as it slammed into something.
Good news, we didn't fall into that. Bad news, that was loud.
Yeah, but it didn't really sound like people, so it's probably fine.
You now feel like getting out from this way is going to be more difficult. You also now know this place is dwarven made and seems like there are lots of defenses that are still active.
Aren't we just trying to buy something?
You
Yeah,
don't
maybe-
understand. This is how our shopping episodes usually go.
How do they have customers?
The first one we ever did resulted in one of our friends trying to stab us.
Yeah.
You now look down at the darkness, continuing down into the dwarven stronghold beneath the city. What would you like to do?
I guess we're gonna continue, right? Except, do we have a path, or are we just on a ledge?
No, the stairs continue down.
So we don't really have a choice, right?
Yeah, why would we
But
stop
maybe
now?
y'all
Yeah.
who are supposed to look for traps could look a little better this time.
Yeah, sorry, I'll do a better job.
Give me
Yeah,
another
like, stop
investigation
reading.
roll. And you put your book away.
I got
Uh,
another nat one.
We're fail again. That's
Oh, no.
good. That's good.
Sounds good. Sounds really
Wow.
Burbage
The
will try to
fuck?
investigate also.
At this, I think Charity will switch to investigating. I'll be like,
that's-
here, let me
that's a good
let me
idea.
take a pass at this, because I feel like you're like, I'm going to put my book down.
good.
Go back to reading. Like, Charity will sort of quietly, I know that pain. Guidance on myself. 28 nat 20.
No.
Jesus.
Amazing.
Opposite of me.
29.
Charity. You now see there's a pattern to false steps. You see within your sight here, which is only about 60 feet into the dark, you see about 5 of these. This place is littered with traps going down. You think you can successfully guide, and if this pattern continues, you probably can predict a lot more of these. So any future, and just write this down, any future rolls for traps here, you'll get advantage.
Cool.
Because you're starting to see the logic behind the dwarves, like trap being set here. This was meant to stop armies from coming this way, if that makes sense. This was not just like, oh, we might just try to kill 1 or 2 grave robbers or something. This was no. There must be hundreds, if not thousands, of people coming down these steps toward us, and that's what they're defending against. This means this is really intense for all of you if you continue going this direction.
Can we think of, is there another way to get to where we want to go?
You can try to go back up and find another way down. You could try to dip into the pit that you were just in, or continue down the stairs. And honestly, those are the only 3 options you see right now.
But we don't even easily think we can get back up, right? Like,
It would be difficult, but with telekinesis and flying and I'm sure you can manage something if you wanted.
Does the dagger still say it's this way? Charity?
I will ask the dagger again.
It kind of points into the wall next to you, and then spins around a lot west-ish from here, maybe even further down.
But does it have a slight down tilt?
Yeah.
Okay, so the stairs going down don't seem like a bad idea, at least.
Yeah.
It's mostly west, but it's down as well a little bit?
I mean, fuck. Like, if we don't know another way down here, we should probably just go this way and just be careful.
Perhaps we can leave a final decision for next time.
Indeed. For as you consider what to do next, looking down into the darkness of this dwarven stronghold, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
I guess we're not coming to dinner tonight.
I think this would be a part 1, and then part 2, 3. Maybe we change the title entirely for next time. Because I don't know if you'll make it to dinner now.
Ever?
Oh, at all?
I mean, right now, you don't have a way up that's easy. But we'll see.
You
We'll
going
see.
shopping? How did we end up?
You
sitting?
told us to come here, Andy.
Did I? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it works out next time. Should be fun. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for listening. We had a really good time playing on this Friday the 13th. Ooh. And really happy to be back playing with my friends. I love you guys so much. And happy to do this for all of the people that listen to us. We're going to continue with Fates of Ryn next time, which is in November or like late October. Might be in a couple weeks, now that I think about it.
I think.
I can't remember exactly.
November 3rd.
November 3rd. Yeah, so 3 weeks. Brilliant. We're going to continue at that point. And yeah, we'll have fun. We'll see what happens. Thank you, friends. We love you so much. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Good night, friends.
The lonely she walks down beside the green river. My lady she was, and I bend my knee. One divine, my seraph, my heart to deliver. She gives me a small flower that I call Doom Lily. I love so completely, so true and so sweetly. But know that our story is so short it must be. Every time that you show me that blue and white flower, reminds me of me, lady, who descended for thee. When she leaves me sighing, leaves me darkness, I call to my love, please return back to me. For she gave me a child and departed as I smiled, but me lonely is a silver cross, a sea. Good no year she leaves me, where I remain sweetly. Now the voice of